welcome back. You're becoming quite the college cook. And keep up the good work. Don't stop. You'll only keep getting better the more you practice with it. Today, we are going to go old school. We are doing ramen. I did ramen when I was in college, and I did it in a tea kettle because we couldn't have hot plates. And there wasn't anything like an electric pot, but electric tea kettles were a thing, and they weren't very popular, but they existed. So my solution to that was to make ramen in a tea kettle. This is a very popular brand. And I got it at Walmart. There are 2 servings in here. Each serving is 27 carbohydrates. And it came over to the United States in the 1970s, so it's been around for quite a while. It actually was very popular in Japan after World War II as an affordable way to feed people, which is why it's so popular with the college kids, because it is very affordable and it will fill you up. Now, there is a spice packet in here, and all you do is add water, and it's just noodles and flavoring. If you want to add some stuff to it, you can do that. This one is chicken. I don't have any leftover chicken, but I would add some chicken to it if I had some leftover chicken, or a hard-boiled egg. Today, ramen restaurants are pretty popular around the US in most places. So this shouldn't be a surprise that this is something you can do at home. All right, so stick with me. Let's get cooking. Let's show you how you do it in the Dezin electric pot. All right, so we are plugging in the pot, and we just poured 2 cups of water. And since we have a dog, we're going to make sure it's free of dog fur, right? Okay. So we're going to put our 2 cups of water in, and we're going to turn it on high. You're going to bring the water to a boil. Now, remember, this is Teflon, so do not use anything that is metal on here. That is our dog in the background making noise. So yeah, let's bring the water to a boil. It takes about 5 minutes. We're not going to add any kind of salt to the water because of the flavoring packet. Is going to be fairly salty if this is still the same as I remember it 30 plus years ago when I was in college. So there's no need to add salt. I'm going to have my son pour in the noodles. So let's open it up. Easier said than done. Oh my gosh. Okay. You can buy the kind that comes in a little cup, but I was just gonna say, just be careful. There's a flavor packet in there, so fish it out. And yes, this is the ladle that comes with the Dezin pot. All right. All right. Now we're gonna boil the noodles for 2 to 3 minutes. So you want to turn on a timer, or do you want to just eyeball it?
Yeah, I'll do a timer.
Okay. As you're boiling them, you're going to want to break the noodles up a little as you go. Yeah. You're going to probably want to do that one more time. All right, now ramen noodles are meant to be slurped. You don't have to have Chopsticks. We always have a pair of these in our drawers. We have probably a dozen of these from takeout restaurants in the grocery store. They're free when you buy some sushi or something from a restaurant. So yeah, if you don't have them, just use a combination of a spork, a fork, or a spoon. And it's easy. They're long noodles. Easy. And like I said, they're meant to be slurped. All right, so like I said, once the noodles are done, you're gonna want to break them up. No, you're okay. Good girl. All right, so the timer went off. It's been 2.5 minutes actually. Didn't take the full 2 to 3. We're gonna turn the heat off. And we're gonna put in the flavor package. Oh, very, very responsible. Turning the heat off and unplugging it. Did it work that time? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna stir this in. All right, now let it sit for like 30 seconds. And then we'll be able to dish it up if you don't want to eat the whole thing all at once. Remember, there's 2 servings in the package. Okay, so they sat for about 30 seconds to let the flavor soak in, and we don't want to eat the whole entire package, so we're going to scoop out half of it, and that'll be about, let's see, servings per container is 2 serving sizes, half the noodle block and half the flavoring packet, or 43 grams. So I would eyeball it, actually, personally, but we'll get our kitchen scale out. We'll put it on grams. All right. And see how it looks at 43 grams. If you have to, move it closer so that, yeah, so you don't make such a huge mess. Yep, they're very long noodles. They're fun to eat. Like I said, they're meant to be slurped. So if you have somebody with misophonia, it's going to be a hard one for them to listen to you eat if you slurp your noodles.
How many grams did you say? Because this is 106.
Yes. See, I don't think it would be 43 grams. So what I'm going to do, I say just eyeball it in half. I had a feeling after measuring stuff for years and years and weighing it out for you that 43 grams was going to be nothing. So that is an example of sometimes you can trust what's on a package and sometimes you can't. I have a feeling that may have been a dry weight because it did say half the noodle block instead of cooked noodles or prepared noodles. And I'd get another thing of broth if you can, just to give it some flavor. That looks like it's about half. And like I said at the beginning, if you have leftover pork and you get the pork flavor, or leftover chicken and we have the chicken flavor, maybe even some baby carrots if you want to add some vegetables, and if you have some hard-boiled eggs, you can add that to dress it up and make it a little nicer, making a little more of a meal, or you can just eat it like this. Alrighty. And there you have it. Instant ramen. super easy, just takes a few minutes. I believe it took us probably 20 minutes tops because we had to explain things to you. Otherwise, it would have taken probably half that time. So, cheers, bon appetit, enjoy.